Your garden is trying to kill your grandchildren and your pets. Not the weeds, not the thorns, the plants you chose, the ones you planted on purpose, the ones sitting in a vase on your kitchen table right now. Everyone says get outside, let the kids explore, let the dog run, that nature is safe. Nature is not safe. Some of the most popular plants at every garden center, in every suburban yard, in every spring flower bed are quietly, precisely, and sometimes fatally toxic. And the most dangerous part, they look completely innocent, they always have. Today we're counting down 7 common garden plants that are toxic to grandchildren and pets. Some act so fast that symptoms appear within 30 minutes. Others hide their damage quietly for days, giving you a false sense that everything is fine until it isn't. And number 4 may be the most deceptively dangerous plant in the world, because it looks completely harmless while carrying one of nature's most lethal poisons. While number 1 is so toxic to cats that even licking pollen off their own fur can shut down their kidneys completely within 72 hours. Let's start the countdown. Number 7. Foxglove. Tall spikes, bell-shaped pink and purple flowers, looks like something out of a fairy tale. That's the problem. Every part of this plant, the seeds, the leaves, the flowers, even the water in a vase of cut stems, contains cardioactive glycosides powerful enough to stop a heartbeat. Children are drawn to those tubular blossoms. They look like finger puppets, like something you're supposed to touch. But the moment a child puts one in their mouth, the attack begins in 2 phases. First, severe nausea, vomiting, intense cramping. Then the cardiac phase, the heart slows, blood pressure drops, confusion sets in serious ingestions, ventricular fibrillation, sudden collapse. For pets, symptoms appear within minutes. Dogs adopt a hunched, pain-stricken posture, weakness spreads, dangerous heart misfires follow, then seizures, then collapse. One cottage garden classic, one family emergency. Number 6. Daffodils. Everyone loves daffodils, grandchildren love them, gardeners love them. That's exactly what makes them dangerous. The entire plant is toxic, stems, leaves, flowers, but the underground bulb carries the highest concentration of poison, and that's where the real threat lives. Dogs dig, that's what they do, and a daffodil bulb looks enough like a small onion that children have mistaken it for food. The moment it's chewed, 2 things happen simultaneously. First, lycorine, a powerful alkaloid that triggers immediate violent vomiting by directly stimulating the brain's vomiting center. Second, microscopic calcium oxalate crystals that fire like needles into the soft tissue of the mouth and throat on contact. Burning, swelling, intense pain. Consume enough and it goes systemic. Heart rhythm disturbances, blood pressure collapse, muscle tremors, seizures. One patch of cheerful spring flowers, an underground emergency waiting to be discovered. Number 5. Castor bean plant. Most people hear castor and think castor oil, something medicinal, something that's been in medicine cabinets for generations. That association will get your child killed. The seeds of this plant contain ricin, and ricin is not an irritant, it's a protein-destroying weapon. It enters individual cells and shuts down their ability to produce protein entirely. Every cell it reaches stops functioning, then it dies. One chewed seed can begin destroying the lining of the digestive tract, the liver, the kidneys, and the spleen simultaneously. Here's what makes it especially treacherous. There are no immediate symptoms. A child or pet can chew a seed and seem completely fine for 4 to 12 hours. That silence feels like safety. It isn't. That silence is the poison working. By the time bloody vomiting and hemorrhagic diarrhea appear, extensive organ damage has already occurred. The window for survival is closing fast. Number 4. Oleander. This is the one. It lines driveways across the country. It blooms in clouds of pink, red, and white. It looks romantic, Mediterranean, completely harmless. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health confirm it is one of the most lethal plants on the planet. Every part is poisonous. The leaves, the stems, the flowers, the roots, the seeds, the sap. Even the smoke from burning pruned clippings carries active toxins into the lungs of anyone standing nearby. Oleander doesn't just poison you, it shuts your heart down. The toxin disrupts the electrical signals that keep your heart beating in rhythm. Once that signal breaks, the heart can't recover on its own. For a child, one single leaf, that's all it takes, fatal cardiotoxicity within 30 minutes to 2 hours. For pets, even drinking standing water collected near the base of the shrub has caused rapid cardiovascular collapse. Not the plant itself, the water near it. That's the most common ornamental shrub in warm climate gardens, growing meters from where your grandchildren play. Number 3. Sago palm. This one doesn't look dangerous at all. It looks prehistoric, architectural, like something from a botanical garden. People place it proudly in front yards, on patios, in indoor atriums. Grandchildren walk past it every day, pets curl up in its shade. Nothing happens, days pass, weeks pass, the plant just sits there. Then a dog finds one of the bright orange-red seeds on the ground, vivid, almost inviting. The dog eats it, and for the next several hours still nothing dramatic. The owner watches, the pet seems fine. They decide not to call the vet. That decision can be fatal. Because deep inside the body, the seed's toxin, psychocin, has already begun its journey to the liver. The ASPCA and veterinary clinical literature confirm what comes next. The liver begins dying silently, jaundice appears, bleeding disorders follow. By the time the animal is visibly collapsing, the organ damage is catastrophic, and often irreversible. One seed, one quiet afternoon, one outcome nobody saw coming. Number 2. European yew. It's evergreen, dense, perfectly behaved as a hedge. Garden designers love it, it holds its shape for decades. Nobody ever questions it. But the NIH confirms that every needle, twig, and seed of the European yew is a cardiac poison. And this one doesn't give you a warning. The yew doesn't slow the heart down gradually. It stops it. In children, a small handful of yew needles is enough to kill. For pets, veterinary literature describes the most common first sign of yew poisoning as something no owner ever wants to read. Unexpected sudden death. Not weakness first, not vomiting first, just a pet that was fine and then was not. That perfectly trimmed hedge framing your garden isn't a design choice. It's a cardiac emergency with no warning label. Number 1. True lilies. One flower, two completely separate threats. The first targets cats with a precision that still puzzles toxicologists today. The second hides inside the water sitting in a vase on your kitchen counter. This danger doesn't stay in the garden, it walks through your front door. Every part of the true lily, the Easter lily, the tiger lily, the stargazer, is lethally toxic to cats. The petals, the leaves, the stems, the roots, the pollen, even the water the flowers sit in. A cat that walks past a lily arrangement, brushes against the pollen, and grooms it from their fur during an ordinary afternoon has ingested enough toxin to trigger complete, irreversible kidney failure within 72 hours. She didn't eat the plant, she groomed herself. And she will die for it. For children, peace lily and calla lily can cause immediate burning and irritation of the lips, mouth, and throat on contact. One flower on your dining table, a cat grooming itself in the afternoon, a child reaching out of curiosity. That's all it takes. The most popular floral gift in the world is a complete household threat. What these 7 plants reveal is simple. The danger in your garden was never loud, it was never obvious, it never announced itself. It just grew there quietly, beautifully, season after season. A plant may look like a spring tradition, like a romantic hedge, like a gift someone carried through your front door with love. Most people see color, most people see fragrance, most people see a garden they built with their own hands and a yard where their grandchildren laugh and their pets run free. But now you see something else. Because once you understand that natural does not mean safe, that beautiful does not mean harmless, that the most dangerous plants are always the ones nobody suspects, everything changes. The daffodil patch becomes a digging hazard, the lily on the dining table becomes a countdown, the hedge becomes a warning nobody ever posted, the ornamental shrub lining the driveway becomes the most urgent thing you deal with this weekend. You do not have to give up your garden, you just have to know your garden. And now you do. If this video just changed the way you see your garden, share it with every grandparent and pet owner you know. One share could save a life, and that is not an exaggeration. And if you want to go deeper into protecting everything you grow, there is a link in my bio and in the description below. It takes you to a book that exposes the 37 mistakes that are silently killing your soil, breaking down your garden from the ground up, and how to prevent every single one of them. Most gardeners are making at least half of these mistakes right now without knowing it. The link is below, go get it. If this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss what we publish next. We are just getting started.